Hi besties! If you're new here, hi, I'm Suvi, and if you're not new here, hi, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. And this time we are gonna talk about books, and especially 2026 bookish goals. Okay, but before we start talking about books, hello. Let's take a moment for the very dramatic sleeves of this Win of the Valley shirt. I am beyond obsessed. About the books, I made a little list of bookish goals for this year. At first I was thinking about 26 books I want to read this year, but I couldn't settle to 26, so we are doing generally bookish goals. And to immediately start with the easiest one is I just want to post more book content to YouTube and my other socials as well, because I read generally over 200 books a year and I love talking about books, so it feels kind of waste to not do book content, and it's the kind of content I watch the most on YouTube, so like I want to be part of that too. Yeah, that's my number one goal, I think. I think my second goal is related to the bookshelf behind me. I'm gonna move a bit out of the way. There is also a third shelf, but you cannot see it at the moment. As you can see, my bookshelf is quite small and we are running out of space, okay? And the issue is that here is a lot of books I have not read yet. So my goal for this year is to read a lot more from my physical TBR list, so we can decide if I like the book, if I want to keep it, or if it's better looking for home somewhere else. Because nowadays my book buying ideology, I don't know, is that the correct word, is that if I like the book enough that I want to reread it, I will buy it. Otherwise I get it from a library or from friend or something. And if it's not available on those, then I may buy it. But lately I prefer ebooks because the space issue, and also I have had to move twice with my bookshelf and never again. I don't know how people with even more books do it, because I was suffering. So I would like to get this collection a lot smaller if possible. I don't know is that possible, but I'm hoping. I fear what's gonna happen is that I read the books I haven't read yet and then I love all of them and I'm unable to get rid of anything, but I refuse to get bigger bookshelves. So if you're like, girl, but there are lower shelves, this cabinet has doors, and if you can see here, it has windows only from up here, so you cannot see the lower shelves, so they are for storage and stuff. So we have only 3 shelves for books. Another goal related to buying books is that I hope to buy less books this year than I bought last year. And I have had this goal for many years now and it has been going so well, except for until now. Last year I bought 6 books, I think, and now it's only midway through January and I have already bought 3 books. Rachel Reed. Okay, so I still could technically buy 3, so we are on the same amount as last year, but... And this is about physical books. Ebooks don't count because they're not taking space on my shelf. Okay? Okay, speaking of books on my shelf, let me climb one from here. Jesus! Almost dropped this candle. Okay, I got it. One bookish goal I also have is I want to continue the Murder Most Unladylike Mystery. Did I say it correct now? I loved the first 3 or 4 books, I think, But then we got to this one. This is Mistletoe and Murder, so it's Christmas themed. This book and the rest of the series, which I all have physically on the shelf, you cannot see. I have had them for years at this point, but the issue is this is Christmas themed. I always forget about this book during Christmas, and I feel weird reading it during not Christmas time. So this year I would like to read this during Christmas so I can continue with the series, because I absolutely adored the first 3 or 4 books in the series, and I hope I will like this and the rest of the series as well. This is by Robin Stevens. It's a middle grade mystery, historical mystery, and it's so good. Highly recommend. Excellent. And okay, this one doesn't have, but most of the books have really pretty straight edges and they're really colorful. Obsessed. The next goal has to do with this massive pile of library books. Let me set this down before I drop all of them. This year I would like to avoid that issue, which is having 20 plus library books at any given time, because that's just way too much. So I would like to keep the number of library books I have at the moment below 10, so it's actually doable for me to read all of them without having to renew any of the loans and having to like kind of hurry with the reading. So that means I have to make less reservations and holds, but I think that's doable because most of the year this year I will not be home, so I will be not using the library, and like I love the library. That's just not doable, especially because I'm no longer working at the library because my internship is over, so I'm not there every day and I'm not gonna be able to go to the library every day, so hopefully we will not be having that many library books every single day anymore. I have read about half of those, so they're going back and hopefully I will be not coming back with as many. Ugh, guys, I'm starting to run out of daylight. I already have most of my lights on already and it's getting dark. Okay, what else? I would like to go through my to be read list on Goodreads because I have over 900 books there, and I'm sure there are so many books I don't want to actually read anymore, so I would like to go through that and delete books from there, because seeing that number every time I open the app is kinda not fun, because I don't think I will be able to ever read all of them. So that will be one goal I want to get around to doing at some point. Am I actually gonna do that? Probably not, because the number is so high, but a girl can hope. And then this is probably gonna sound like a really weird goal, but I want to DNF more books. And let me explain that. I read a lot of books and I have this issue where I'm like, if I start something, I have to finish it, even if I don't like it, which leads very quickly into reading slump. So I have gotten a bit better at it if I'm like, okay, this is not the book for me at all. But sometimes there's books that I'm kinda into, but not actually. It's not the right time, or I'm just not in the mood for it, so I just kinda push myself through and it drags on forever. And it's just not fun, so I would like to get better at DNFing those books as well. The more I read, the better I know myself and what I like in books, so why am I pushing through if I don't actually like the book, is the question here. Then I also would like to read more Finnish authors and books in Finnish in general. I'm Finnish, if that's not obvious. I don't know, is it obvious? I have gotten into the habit of reading mostly in English, and as a Finnish person I'm like, one of my special interests is Finnish language. The Finnish language is very close to my heart, so I would like to read more books in Finnish and more Finnish translations of books when they're available. And the Finnish book situation is a whole thing. If you are Finnish and read books, you probably know about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that at this point. Then I would like to read my most anticipated reads, which is also once again probably like, girl, what? Let me explain. I have this habit or curse or something where I'm like, something sounds really good, exactly like my cup of tea when it comes to books, and then I expect easy 5-star. Then I read the book and I absolutely hate it. That keeps happening so many times to me. So when I'm actually really excited to read something, I get kind of scared of that happening, and then I put the book off until forever. And then when I eventually read it like 3 years later, I'm like, oh, well, it was fine, but I would have loved that 3 years ago. So I would like to get better at reading the books I'm actually interested in. At the moment I'm actually interested in them. So we could avoid perhaps those situations, because that has happened way too many times to me and it's not funny anymore. And this one I'm not sure if it's possible, but I would like to continue the tradition of me reading more books than I read last year. But the issue is that we are over 200 books a year at the moment, and I hope to read more than last year, but I set my goal to 50 books, so it's realistic and I can hit that, and everything over that is just bonus, and I don't feel bad if I don't accomplish 230 something books a year. So, but also I have been really into manga and middle grade lately, so maybe it could be actually doable, who knows. One thing this year I would also take part in is reading challenges. They always seem like so much fun, but I never really get around to them because I don't know why, so I would like to at least try a few reading challenges this year. So so if any of you have any fun reading challenges, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any bookish or reading related goals for this year, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear them, so maybe I can add some to my list, or maybe if you found some of my goals interesting and wanna add them to your goals, let me know that as well. So I think that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and a nice little comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe my channel. I would really appreciate that, and I hope to see you guys in some other video in the future.